Alright, hold on. Lock the door. Get my other glove on. Okay, we're ready. Well, it's sunny. It's supposed to be sunny all day. However, right now it's 28 degrees. Bit nippy, with a high today is 72. And then tomorrow the high's in the 80s. And then we're back in the 50s for 40s and 50s for over a week and some rain and such. But I'm not seeing any thunderstorms or anything in the forecast, so yay. Okay, Bubby, do a thing. There you go. But yeah, I put his sweater and his coat on him this morning. Come here. Come here. Bravo, come. Come. No. Come. You know what that is. Here, you got a huge eye booger. There we go. Suppose you could even see. Come on, let's go, baby. Need to move. It's chilly. But at least we don't have the wind. Yesterday, it was cooler. But though, man, I tell you what, there were some gusts of wind that made you feel downright cold. And it seems like it got up in the 50s fine. But yeah. And I was so happy. A number of things happened yesterday morning. The eyeglasses I needed to return, they did send me a return label finally. You stay over. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you. Okay. So I had that boxed up and packaged and ready to go before we even came on our walk yesterday. And then I went back because I wanted to check the status on the return. I was like, okay, it's not showing anything. So went back, reread the return instructions and everything. And it's like, okay, so I need to send them a copy of the tracking number. So I pulled that up and sent that to them this morning. So meanwhile, the new order is going ahead and processing, which that's what I didn't want held up by all of this. And I'm glad that I did it the way that I did, as a totally separate order instead of an exchange. Getting my money back is one thing. Getting some glasses I really need, I don't want to postpone that any longer. Okay, come on, no. And then another thing that I needed to take care of was a dental issue. I need an extraction done. However, I'm going to be paying cash, so I was shopping. And as usual, I prefer to shop local. Good spot, buddy. And there's a local dentist that I really like. I've liked for years. But anyway, hadn't been to in years either because I had made some different choices. Stay. You stay. Good. All right. And hold on. Over. Hold up. Come on. Bravo, what are you doing? And so anyway, so I contacted the local dentist. Didn't know how many years it had been since I'd been to him. You stay over. Stay over. Over. Okay, come on. And anyway, and his assistant, receptionist, whatever, she is just absolutely delightful. He is too. One of the reasons why I always enjoyed going to him. You stay over? Hey, stay. Over. Good. Yeah, we got a whole line. Yeah. Come on, bub. Let's go. Get up here. So anyway, so I called, talked to her, and I was like, okay, don't want to pay for a full set of x-rays. I know what I need. I'm going to be paying cash, so I need for it to be cost effective. And she said, okay. She said, if you've had x-rays within the last 3 years, we can use those. And then the specific area that's giving you an issue, we may need to take pictures of that. And one small picture's, $29. I was like, all right. And she said, however, the place that does have your x-rays may require your signature. Well, they're over an hour away. So I'm like, oh, please, surely they'll do digital signatures or something. And so I called them. I got the local dentist's email address. And anyway, so I called the other place where I'd had the x-rays a little over a year ago, I think. And I said, okay, here's what I need. I'd like for you to send all my x-rays and my pictures, to this email address of local dentist. She's like, okay, we'll get that out this morning. It's like, oh, thank you so much. So anyway, so I have an appointment for that next Tuesday. And Bravo, please quit pulling, honey. Thank you. Then on to the DMV. A couple of things I need to do there. I need to replace a couple of titles on vehicles. Lost in a move, property dispute, whatever. But anyway, don't have them, so I need to replace them. Okay. Which I'd done. I had to replace birth certificates and titles and everything else a few years ago whenever house was flooded back in 2013. And so anyway, all of those replacements are gone again, of course. But I also needed to redo my driver's license. Come on, get down here. There you go. So that I could take the corrective lenses restriction off. Because I don't need my glasses to drive. Neither to read. Don't need them to drive. Bravo, get in the road. Thank you. Hold on. Okay. And so anyway, whenever I went to take my pictures, they said, take your glasses off. And I was like, yes. Because I had the form from my ophthalmologist and everything. And optometrist. Stay still. And so anyway, she needed a second form of ID. I thought I'd packed up everything. I had the VIN numbers for the vehicles, old registrations. And then to get my title, she wanted a second form of ID. And it's like, my voter's registration. Oh, that's my old one. So, anyway. And I was like, I can pull up, my online bill pay that has, my name and address. And she's like, I'll just call over to the courthouse. They can verify from your tax records. And I was like, oh, okay. And she did. Took care of that right away. because my license is a CDL, it's a different form. Which obviously the first ladies that I went to get my picture taken had not noticed. So, anyway, I'm so glad the DMV was not busy. And then I thought about it and was like, yeah, any place in this area that I set up an early appointment, yeah, people don't show up early here. And that's what I prefer. And even though it was a Monday at the DMV, whenever I went in, there wasn't anybody else there. And they had already been open half an hour or so. But anyway, got one title replaced right then. The other one, have to get my son's signature in his driver's license. That's in his name. And so I have to get that from him. And then I'll have that title, and then far enough, Bravo, okay? Far enough. You just start feeling like listening the first time, okay? Well, now the lead's pulled out. Okay. Anyway, get a temporary license, and then they mail it to you. 10 to 14 days, I think, something like that. And I'd forgotten about that. But one cool thing was that from when I had gotten it as a duplicate, it wasn't a replacement, it was a duplicate license. Over. You say over. And but anyway, I had gotten the original last year. Yeah, I have to renew mine every 2 years for my medical card to keep my CDL license. I have to go back and redo for my medical card. So anyway, so I did get my license taken care of. I do look forward to the permanent one coming in, because it's a big old sheet of paper to have to carry around. But the lady, every time that I've gone in there for over 20 years now, almost 30 years that I've gone in there, I heard so many people complain about them. And the truth is, they have been so friendly and so helpful to me every single time I've gone. Yeah, I kind of don't get it. And I'll probably post something on social this morning about how great they were yesterday. And then, let's see. Nope. Whenever I was getting back from the DMV, feeling pretty good because I was getting things taken care of. My eyeglasses had been picked up by the postal, and come on. So no issues with the label. All right. Keep missing a bunch of days getting up there, bud. And whenever I came back, one of the aunties, one of my treasures, was putting something in my mailbox. And anyway, she's one for, well, as am I. There's plenty of old-timey cures, and, well, they work, so why keep them? Well, one I did not know, or had not heard of before, and I know there's a gazillion of them with Vicks Salve, but anyway, I mean, I am aware enough to know that part of what Vicks Salve does for me is its comfort. Because the rare times that my mother was maternal, in her behavior is if I had a cold or something, and she would rub Vicks salve on my chest and my back. So, anyway, however, I know other people use it for everything under the sun. It's just petroleum jelly with menthol and camphor in it. Come on, let's go. But anyway, and so because my ear's still friggin' clogged, she was like, what they would do is they would put some Vicks salve in their ear, not touching anything, just around the canal, and then stuff a little piece of cotton in there on top of it, and supposedly for it to draw out the moisture or blockage or whatever. So anyway, she was a darling. She was bringing me some Vicks salve to do that. And so she came in and we visited for a while. And I still had to make the dumplings for my friend's comfort food after her familial loss and dealing with all that BS. And that's what she'd asked for, chicken and dumplings. And I got the chicken and the stock made Sunday. And then the plan was yesterday on Monday to just make the dumplings and then take it to her, which I did. But anyway, first I sat and visited with the one treasure who'd brought me the Vicks, and Bravo was over the moon because she is one of the aunties and brings him nuggets. Pulling away, bud. Then my boyfriend came, and he was looking at the Jeep again, and he wanted to do a compression test before we did much more to see if, rings, if there was actual problem with the pistons or anything. So anyway, well, the Jeep's spark plugs are recessed. Okay, they don't even start threading until about halfway down into the hole where the damn spark plugs go. And so anyway, so he called a local shop, asked if they had an extension, because he had a compression gauge, but the gauge wouldn't fit all the way in. So anyway, he called and they had an adapter kit for $20. And I was like, okay, that's a good deal. And then whenever he came back a bit later, Bravo, stop. Bravo. Okay, yeah, we don't come out to eat, ever. He had a whole new compression meter. And I just kind of looked at him, and I said, how much was that? He said, it was $50. And I said, okay. I said, and he got a smile on his face. He already knew where this was going. And I said, is it something you're going to use? Not just, for this? And he said, yeah. He said, but if you think you need it for your toolbox, that's fine. And he was half-ass joking because he knew I didn't. No. Heel. No. Thank you. And anyway, I said, okay, fair enough then. He said, no. He said, this one's much newer than mine. The glass isn't broken. Da-da-da-da. It has, these adapters came with it and everything. I'll use it. I said, okay. He said, I knew you were going to ask about that you'd want to pay for it. And I said, well, yeah, if you weren't going to use it for anything else, then it's only fair that I pay for it. But if you're going to use it, okay, sniff away. and we both know I'm not, then yeah, that's fair. It's really, really not an ego thing at all. It's a fair thing. Where men can be really wiggy about that. I guess women can too. For me, it's just always been what's fair and what I think is fair. Just like, who pays for dinner? Well, whoever invites. If I invite you out to dinner, then I'm paying. If you want to pay, that's something we would discuss ahead of time, then we can go Dutch. But if the whole thing is my idea, I don't see where it's fair for the other person to pay if it was my idea. But anyway, if I was the one giving the invitation. Bravo, no. Come on, heel. Are you all over the place because I'm all over the place? No? Probably. Pulling ahead. There we go. Good. Bless you. So I took the comfort food over to my girlfriend, visited with her for a while. I told my boyfriend how long it was going to take me, that I was going to be a bit longer as far as helping him with the Jeep because I needed to finish up her chicken and dumplings. And he said, yeah, that's far more important. And I said, no, that's more important than anything that was on my damn to-do list today. He agreed. But anyway, I took that over to her and yeah, we visited for a while. She does need comfort. Okay, Bravo boy. Probably no smile today, eh?